Hi there. So, welcome. We're going to be talking about various mods I've added to the server and some of the best mods of all time. And there are a few that you may not have even heard of at all. So, let's get right into this, shall we? Waystones. I'm sure that most of you guys have heard of Waystones, and if you haven't, let me tell you, they are a lifesaver. You can find these out in the world anywhere. So go and explore. See, there's a waystone right there. And going back over to here, once you unlock the waystone, then you get the ability to go into this menu and teleport to any of the waystones you've unlocked prior. And it's a very simple recipe. You can even craft them. Go over here. Takes obsidian, 3 stone bricks, and a warp stone. The warp stone, it's not terrible in terms of crafting, but it is well worth your time to work on it. You get 4 amethyst shards, 4 ender pearl, and an emerald, and then you get the warp stone. After that, you have free reign to TP wherever you want. Moving on, and again, this is just a short introduction to some of these mods. There's so much more to explore. This is a reactor. It's from Extreme Reactors, and one of my favorite mods of all time. This is a basic reactor. You can make them a lot larger, they'll supply a ton more power. But, starting off, here's the menu. Basic controller. You toggle it on, off. Currently, it is off. We have nothing to power it with. So, you might be wondering, what is all of this? You got reactor casing. It's pretty easy to make, right? It is literally just iron, graphite, and sand. Graphite, really easy to make. It is just smelting down graphite dust or just charcoal. Real super simple on that. This thing, the reactor controller. Recipe: yellorium, diamond, redstone comparator, reactor casings, and some redstone. And then you get the reactor controller. Real super simple. That will be your whole interface to be able to know whether things are overheating, whether things are running smoothly. Reactor's solid access port. This is where you'll put in your fuel. It's real simple. You'll put in your fuel, like yellorium here, and you'll be able to start generating power. This is your energy power tap. The energy power tap will siphon energy into here, into this charge pad. If you're wondering, why am I using 2 different mods? Okay, so this thing doesn't have any sort of regular output. You have to combine this with another mod. I've chosen to combine it with Mechanism, and you'll see why here in a moment. Mechanism actually adds these universal cables, which are literally just, they convert anything to anything. They're so good. You can literally see, it's converting KFE to MFE to KFE, which is the same sort of concept, but it can also do, I believe, redstone flux in other versions. Now, you might be wondering, where am I going with this? Well, you'll also need reactor fuel rod, which goes in the center of it, and a reactor control rod, which goes here up top. And then you'll have a fully functional reactor. Put the yellorium in, and as you can see, core fuel status, 100% full. Power this baby on, and you'll see it start to heat up. Now give it just a second, and you'll see it'll start to put out power. This is just a small reactor. It is not going to be like a late game thing at all. So, where was I going with this thing? Well, right into Draconic. Draconic is a mod where it's very, very grindy. It's going to take you a hot minute to get anything within this mod. It's more of a late game mod. I recommend starting this mod just kind of collecting the materials at the beginning. Eventually, you'll want to move on to actually getting this, which if you look here, you have to do fusion crafting, which is a very complicated system. You set up these fusion crafting core. You start with that, and you set up the infusers on the side of it, which will then give this thing power, which let you, mind you, that's 8 million power. This thing's still taking so long to charge, and it's only at like 1 million. It's, man, it's going to take forever using this tiny reactor. So, let me show you something. This thing, hold shift plus C, that's the default keybind for it, and you'll see this is its menu. You can do lots of things here. For me, I'm going to use energy capacity. Give it tons of energy capacity. You do not want to run out of power on this thing. A shield controller. Put one of those there. This is your main way of using your shield. This here, which gives you your shield capacity. I guess just more energy modules. Now, as you can see, it needs 72 million power. That's a lot of power. You can put this on. You can stand on here. As you can see, at the bottom left-hand corner, I've got 600,000 shield. And let me see here. I don't remember exactly how to activate this. I feel like I'm going crazy. But basically, when this thing has both enough power and you press your keybind to activate it, it will start actually using this. And there is 3 tiers to this. There was Draconic. Sorry, there's Wyvern, then Draconic, which is this one, and then Chaotic. And you'll see in a second, it's huge! You can do so much with it. And you can put so many of these modules in it. But, that's kind of why I was showing you this thing here. You want to combine this Extreme Reactors with Mechanism, with Draconic. I promise you it will make your life a whole lot easier, rather than going through all of that pain. Now, Waystone over to Apotheosis. Apotheosis, one of my all-time favorite mods, especially whenever you combine it with the other mods in a server. First off, go over here. You have 5 different rarities with 2 others beyond that. There's one that's a separate rarity, which is an artifact rarity, and then there's another one above this, which is ancient. So it goes it goes common, uncommon, rare, epic, mythic, and then it goes to ancient and artifact. Artifacts are ones that you can only get one time, and you really can't do much else with them. Other than get artifact shards, which don't really do much either. However, the actual artifacts themselves, you also can't do too much with them. You're not really meant to break them down in order to create other things. So, with that being said, you can take any armor from any mod. We've got something from Call from the Depths, we've got something from Tinker's Construct, and we got something from Vampirism. Take all of these, and then, first of all, to even begin with this mod though, you want to get the salvaging table. Which, for that, you take the gems that you don't need, probably of common rarity, and you drop an anvil on them. You only need to do 2 of those, and then you'll get the salvaging table. From there, you want to use the salvaging table to obtain gem dust, again, an enchanting table, iron ingot, and 3 smoothstone. You get this, which you'll see here in a second. The maximum rarity that that first one can actually go up to is actually only the blue rarity. So this here, you can use this process to break items down. I'll show you that here in a second. Put this here, and this, which is just deep slate and gem dust. Put that in there, and you can just enchant it with whatever you want. See, for example, when attacked, inflicts blindness, and it's the Spell Shield Hunter coat with iron. It gives plus 6.5 armor and 3 armor toughness, which is a huge upgrade over 4 armor and 2 armor toughness. So I'll craft that, as you can see. Now I've got the achievement Apothec Fixes and Worthy Equipment. See how I've got 2 slots there? Let me show you here in a second. Using the smithing table. Yes, a vanilla item helping out modded equipment. That's very crazy. So I take this. Now, I have plus 0.75 to all stats. So each gem has its own thing that can be socketed in. Core armor is basically pants and chestplate. We have light weapons, which is your basic sword, heavy weapons, which is axes, and shields, which are shields. And they give plus 10% armor for that one. Now, see here, take this one in here, grab this. Take this over here, and if you want to get your resources back for anything you've crafted, you can just do this, and it'll give you a random number from 1 to 4. I've only gotten 1, so it kind of cheated me out there. Now, moving on, you can actually go up to Godforged, so Arcane and Godforged, with this anvil here. Takes those and the same sigils of rebirth you were using before. Now, I can put these in here, and you can get insane armor. Physical damage taken is reduced by 6%. Explosive damage is reduced by 24%. This item ignores 38% of durability damage, and it just improves everything. Now, take this Titan Forge, and take it, put it in here, that. Look at me now. I'm looking snazzy. So, actually, wait, I want to put that back on. I don't know how this works. Well, you know, that sounds about right for vampirism. That I'll actually go over in a completely separate video. I have lots of things to go over. Actually, speaking of mods and such, look at this sky. So, this is actually done through the Kappa V 5.3 shader. And I will tell you this ahead of time, do not install this unless you have a really beefy computer, because my 5060 is literally getting GPU capped. I don't even know how that's possible, but that is a thing that's happening. God, it's so beautiful though. Anyway, this thing. And if you're wondering why I'm saying that with such disdain, it's because of what this thing is. These here, Eterna. It is literally just max enchanting level. This thing it increases the randomness and chances of getting curses, such and such. Arcana. This right here makes your rare enchantments more common and increases the number of enchantments that you'll get on the equipment. And right over here you can see the weights of things. Now, Retrification. Retrification is a counter to Quanta, which is pure chaos. It'll make it so you're more likely to get stuff that won't be a bother. Now, if you see here, Berserker's Fury is an enchant exclusive to Apotheosis. Berserker's Fury can actually get you killed very easy. Let me explain. Berserker's Fury does extra damage to you. As a trade-off, you get potion effects based on the tier. So for this one, you'll take extra damage, since it's only tier 1. You'll take very little extra damage, and you'll also gain Strength 1, Speed 1, and Resistance 1. Now, the idea I had was to get Berserker's Fury to level 5, and then proceed to put on a totem, therefore making you immortal for the next minute. You can create some crazy combos in this game. I promise you. Adding this mod, plus the one after Ice and Fire here. So, Apotheosis plus Tinkers is probably the most customizable you can ever get with your armor and equipment. Now, some of the coolest armor I've seen is this Dragon Scale. Put this on. I mean, look at it. It's so pretty. Dang, I might actually have to get this in the server. So, speaking of that armor, I actually have a Minecraft server up and running. So anybody who's in my Discord and on my YouTube channel can just hop right in. All you have to do is download the pack, and then there's the IP right there within the server. I don't actually know what's going on over there, and I'm kind of curious about it. But in order to get things such as this, you need the Bone Sword and Ice Dragon Blood. So this thing actually has more than one use. Quite a few uses, actually. You can make an Ice Dragon Forge, which is a multi-block structure, much like the reactor, except you use it plus an Ice Dragon. So an Ice Dragon actually breathes its ice breath onto the structure with these two in it and creates Ice Dragon Steel, which can make really cool looking armor. So, from there, I don't know why I didn't just use the teleportation, but here we are. This is actually from Draconic Evolution. It's an alternative to the thing I showed you down there. If you have enough of them, you can change this to Overdrive with Eco Plus, Eco Normal, Performance, you know, just the normal things. And each of these have different levels of fuel consumption. I'm just using blocks of coal because, you know, I don't need all that. ME system. This is functional as an ME system. So whenever people are complaining about ME system being complicated, it's not, it's this. I could just pull. Oh look, it's working. It's working very well. And now we have our beautiful ME system with all of our modded items in it. Now I can take this out. And these, the recipe for these are actually really simple. Recipe for that, it's literally just 3 of the same thing, Skystone Dust, calculation processors, which these are actually annoying to make. Oh shoot, you can use Create. That's so much easier. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you know about Create, just go make a Create structure to do it. Other than that, you can use the Inscriber logic presses and stuff like that in the charge station. Create charge Certus quartz. You need a lot of Certus quartz. There will be nothing stopping you after you get that much Certus quartz. But it's real simple, though. This engineering processor, which again, you need to use the logic press and stuff. Fluix crystals, which you just use, I believe it was redstone quartz and what was the thing again? Ah, yes, redstone quartz and charged Certus quartz, and you get Fluix crystals. It's really simple, and actually the recipe for this is also really simple. So you have 4 nether bricks, 3 iron ingots, and a furnace, and of course you have to go to the nether to be able to get this, but yes. Draconium. You can find that either in the overworld in lower depths, basically towards bedrock. It's extremely rare. However, once you get it, you only need 4 of them. A diamond and 4 gold, and you have the Draconium core, which is the start of the whole mod. And after that, you have a generator, which can power pretty much any basic piece of equipment. Now, moving on Tinker's Construct, one of my favorite mods, hands down. Take this. This is a basic seared smeltery. All you need, seared bricks, which takes grout. It's literally just gravel, clay, and sand, a lot of it, and you have this set up. All very easy. This is basically a cauldron. This is a reverse cauldron. Yippee. This is literally just a bucket recipe, and you have these on the side. And this right here takes a little bit more effort. Takes a seared ingot gauge, which is 5 glass and 4 of the brick. And then you have that too. Now, how does this work? You need solid fuel. You can use coal, put these up here, and all of a sudden, it's melting. Give that just a moment. I forgot how long the seared melter actually takes to melt things, and it's kind of sad. But I will be doing multiple different episodes where I just go over the basics of just general mods in the server that I'm playing in. Now, got that there, and say I wanted to get rid of it because you can't put multiple things in this one right here. Just do this. And then after that, you can literally just break it, place it back down, which I don't have another one for some reason. But yeah, you can normally just break it, pick it up, place it back down, and it'll all be gone out of there. Now, Tinker's Tools and a better forge. So from there, you will want to create one of these. I do actually strongly recommend putting clay in the top thing. So have a hopper on top, funneling clay into here. Place a lever next to this thing to automatically pour into here. A hopper right here, placing gravel or stone into there. And then one more hopper underneath, that way you can quickly access the stuff. It will automatically make tons of seared blocks for you. You will still need some seared bricks for these, and these over here. However, this thing right here, the smelter controller, is real simple. It takes 4 copper ingots poured onto some seared bricks, seared cobblestone, seared stone, just whatever material you like there. But it has to be made of seared bricks. Well, some seared stuff. Yeah, get the point. Anyway, so basically, in this forge, you can start to alloy. And the capacity of the forge is completely based on how much room you have inside of it. You can build this up to, I believe, a 17 by 17 area, so it can get huge. Now, this, I put Blazing Blood in. The main tier that you'll probably be using for a while is Lava. The good news is the alloy that I'm making can be made with just one, I believe, recipe. Uses. You can alloy at 820 degrees, and you can get Molten Amethyst Bronze, which is the thing we're going for. Now, you see, we have 4 blocks of Molten Amethyst Bronze. Now, Tinker Anvils. You can make these out of most of the higher tier blocks in the game. You can actually make it, I believe, out of Amethyst Bronze. Make a Tinker Anvil, and then you have access to so many weapons. So the basic Tinker stuff is actually this cleaver, the katana, axe, pickaxe. Just, there's some basic stuff. However, with the use of other mods, you can get so much more usability out of this. Like, for example, Embedded Armor is from Sakura Tinkers. And you have Tinker's Jewelry EX, which has crowns, bracelets. I believe Modular Tomes is from Tinker's EX. But yeah, mix a bunch of mods together and you get some insane stuff. So I'm actually going to make a great sword, which takes a great blade, 2 heavy plates, a tough collar, and a tough handle. So I do recommend just using blank sand casts. All it takes is 1 sand and you get 4 of them. At least until you can get the more permanent casts. I made the wrong kind of blade, didn't I? You know, that feels really on brand for me. 2 of those, a tough collar, tough handle, and then a great blade, not whatever the heck I just made. Wait, do not have access to great blades. Right. What? Okay. I do have a solution for this. This actually lets me show something else. So I need a stance. Oh god, I can't spell it. Sten? Stin? I can't spell. What is it called? Oh my god, it's called a pattern. Whoopsie. Pattern. Just need some blank patterns and some wood. I just need planks, please. Planks. And then gold. You only need 1 ingot of gold for what I'm about to show you. Let's go ahead and throw this in here, let it melt down. Blank pattern. And then you will throw in your wood. And as you can see, I have a little bit of different options. So for this, I'm wanting the Great Blade. Place the Great Blade here. Go over here. Put the gold. All you need to do is click the one you want to be at the bottom. Go over here. And as you can see, I just poured the gold onto this. Now, I have a Great Blade cast. Now, this one is more permanent. The sand casts get burnt up after 1 use, but this one is permanent. So no matter how many times you can use it, you can keep using it over and over again. Now, onto the tool making process. And put these in here, let them cool down. Grab that. Grab that. Pick that back up. Tough tool collar. Grab that. Place this. And we're almost done with our lovely Great Blade. So, click on the Great Blade. Put these exactly where it says to. And now, I have an Amethyst Bronze Greatsword. The Greatsword is extremely slow, but you will not regret the damage. It's got extra reach, and it's also got extra attack damage. It does make you a bit slower, but it is completely worth it. And if you'd like to know what that looks like, it's huge! It is gargantuan. Now, if you're wondering, why did I skip this one at the beginning? Why is it all the way over here? This is Call from the Depths. Holy crap, this looks insane. Hold up, this... Oh! I'm saving that as a screenshot, actually. That's actually cool. I may set that as my wallpaper. Okay, anyway. Moving on from that. This mod is insane. Let me look at this armor. It doesn't get much cooler than that. I'll give you a good second to look at each of them. So, as you can see, the armor is quite powerful. It actually serves as an upgrade to netherite. So, once you make your netherite tools and you're like, what do I do with this? It doesn't hold up to the other mods. Well, now it can. Take this over here, you upgrade to a Memorial with an Memorial upgrade smithing template, which you get from dungeons within this dimension. So, to get to the dimension, all you need to do is take the steps key, the portal's probably lit, isn't it? Why is it not working? Oh, I know why it's not working. Is this really why it's not working? I swear. I'm gonna be real disappointed if this is why it wasn't working. Are you serious? Anyway, make sure the portal is clear. You got ah! Oh, that hurt. Okay, letting it back. Anyway, you got this. A giant portal. It actually gives more use to this place anyway. I feel like it's not interesting. Like, it's cool. It's got great lore. It's not very interesting. It may just be very opinionated. Anyway. Use the Call from the Depths key. The Call from the Depths key is really easy to craft. Aside from Skull Catalyst, Echo Shard, 3 bones, and then you have the Skull Depths key. So this weapon, this mod actually has really cool weapons. You have the Scythe, very, very cool, 20 attack damage. Marble Hammer, which I think is freaking sick looking. Then you have the sword, which is the Soul Blade. Also looks very, very beautiful. Now, you might be wondering, how do you get all of this stuff? Well, you have these keys here. They're not just ordinary keys. These things are insanity. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. We're going to go ahead and go into their dimension. You know, for the record, if you were wondering, no, this is not what this is supposed to look like. I have no idea what just happened. I think yeah, I'm above the map. Okay, you know, actually this works. Because I kind of wanted to showcase stuff without being interrupted by things anyway. Got this, this, this. Why do they sound like anvils? I don't know. And then this. Well, you might be wondering, what are you doing with these, buddy? It's the wrong key. Okay. Boss fight time! Look at this. This is sick. Actually, I might need to give myself some basic armor. BRRA. This looks sick. Give me a second. I need to be able to fight this guy. Oh, this music is so good. Where? I just need to make sure I don't get absolutely wrecked against this guy. My God! You got the... I'm ready to probably die. Okay, going in. What? Oh God, you can knock your weapon out of your hand? Oh. You know, to be fair... Ah! When you have as much damage as I currently have... Okay, so each of these pieces of Terracris give plus 12 attack damage, and then this thing has 47. So the sheer number of damage I was doing. Anyway, all of these will give you these, which you can use to get this artifact. Marble Hammer is an artifact, I believe, for example. So now, the next boss, I think I did this in the wrong order. I think this is the second boss. Oh, that's actually, I forgot this thing is actually really powerful. I want to give it a chance to do its phases. Oh! Oh shoot, he's got immortality right now. Look at him! Look how fast he can regen! But yeah, no. And they all have like final moves before they die. God dang it. I think it ate my thing. It ate my stuff. And then I believe the final boss of this mod. Oh! Hi! Hi there! Oh, okay. He does a beefy chunk of damage, even through Terracris. That's crazy. Oh! What? Phase 2. Let's see what he does now. Looks sick as hell. Let's see, I believe he'll enter actual. Yep, here's actual second phase. Oh my. This feels like extra. Ow. Oh. Joke's on you! I cast Nuke! Oh, did he just... I'm gonna die here, aren't I? I'm so dead. Oh my... Oh! I was so gone! You know... Yeah... That... Oh my god. Oh... I feel like I have a concussion. I have... Anyway... I'll see you guys in the next one where I go through more insane mods. Later!